What's good? What's good? What's good in the hood? Welcome back to another episode of the Good in the Hood podcast. I am, as always, your host, Juice. Joined by three special guests today, man. I got the conglomerate, the community function, the homie Dell City. I got Teddy Ragzy, and I got Jack. I'm just a kid from Chicago, man. How y'all doing today, man?
We're doing great. How you doing?
Chilling, man. We out here.
Great. Man, definitely great to have y'all on the show, man. Talk about Chicago hip hop, talking about what you guys are building in Chicago and in hip hop and in music as a whole. Dale, I know you are artist manager. I got Teddy Hill's a DJ. I got producer here and Jack, and you guys are all part owners of this community function. Dale, start with you, man, because you start with me, know each other for a long time. How did community function get together? How you guys all get together? I want you all to touch on this, of course, but Dale, you go ahead and go first with it.
You know what? Great question, bro. And I kind of joined the team just like a little bit later on. Jack and Teddy had came to me, man, and they both came to me with this idea with community function and about throwing some of the largest fucking shows throughout the city and really just giving back to the community. You know what I'm saying? So it's when he broke it down to me, man, of course it made sense for me to hop on, bro, just to be able to, give my, expertise and my own opinions to, the business, man. Everything's been great. So I say we've been established, fellas, 2022 officially, or was it 21?
21.
I think it was
21. Yeah.
It was near that beginning of the year, end of the year, where we kind of really got everything like finalized officially business wise. But I mean, man, the team been here for months, bro, and I'm definitely excited to be able to be a part of this team, bro, because it's a like-minded individuals, and man, we push music throughout the city, bro. So yeah, that was my introduction to community function,
For sure. How about you, Jack? How'd you get on board with this creation and just building this community function?
So it kind of roots back to even like years back to probably when I was like, because I'm 23 right now.
Young boy.
And it probably roots back to when I was like 19. Me and Teddy met, and we met at Bourbon on Division, where we're throwing the show actually this weekend too. So it kind of just, we were throwing shows. Me and Teddy kind of were both throwing our individual shows. Teddy was DJing my shows too. So it kind of just naturally happened. COVID hit, so everything kind of fell off. And then after that, me and Teddy just kind of, I don't even remember how me and Teddy linked back up. We just kind of were like seeing each other do shit again. So we were just like, hey, bro, that's raw. Like, and then we kind of just started talking again, and we were like, hey, bro, like, let's link up and talk business. Like, let's do something bigger. And that's kind of when we started talking about the first community function. And then I'm trying to think. From there, it was really just, it was a lot. To get the first community function done was a lot, with like probably more than we anticipated when we did it. But it was just like, we made it kind of happen. And then I don't know, it just, we formulated this group after the first one. We kind of were like, we need more help too, because it was like we were doing a lot on our own hands. It was literally me and Teddy, and that's basically it for the whole first event. We had a few of our friends help out here and there, but it was like we had to make the shit happen. Adding Dell was just another piece that kind of was like a valuable piece that kind of like finished us to where we could actually do this next event, because this next event was like a lot bigger. It was more sought out. It was just a lot more. So that's kind of where me and Dell met was actually just in the studio. So one of my mentors recorded one of his artists at the time, and it was just kind of like I started sliding in the studio when he would be in the studio. We fucked with each other hella, and then we kind of just started communicating on other business things and not just like recording and engineering or beats or anything like that. It was just like shows and what else could you do business wise? How can you do this? And I don't know, it was just kind of like a different interest that we both had.
Sure. And Teddy, how about your view from the origin story of community function?
Yeah, Jack hit a lot of it on the head. So we was pre-pandemic type shit. We was both grinding hard just in terms of our own individual shows. Me as well on the DJing, holding down a couple residencies in the Wicker Park area. And then yeah, once we tapped back in, I think it was when Jack started doing shows at Canvas. Shout out to all the homies over at Canvas House. That's also where I met Dell. Shout out Frenchie, shout out Seven. And yeah, we just really started collaborating on what potentially a bigger show and what that would look like from our angle as promoters, and what that could potentially look like in terms of a venue. Because a lot of the times you'll see promoters and people with ideas to do these big shows in the city of Chicago just aren't really able to do them because of not because of a lack of want to or resources, but just honestly like venues not really trying to give light to these amazing artists that we got in the city. So that's always been our goal from day one. Like kind of Dell highlighted was just to do the craziest shows with the craziest talent in the city. So it's pretty much where we've been since day one.
So, and as a DJ, I'm sure you have your vision for like how a show should run, or how shows in Chicago have kind of changed over the years for hip hop. What do you think about the current venues where they're not doing anymore they used to do, like back in the prime of Chicago hip hop scene, like in this past like 2013, 2019, that window, there was a lot of great shows in Chicago. I feel like that's depleted a lot as of late.
So I'll let Dell probably answer that. I actually, just to give a little bit of background on me, I'm from the Maywood area originally, but I came up in Phoenix, Arizona. So my view's a bit different. I come from kind of the Los Angeles underground culture. Anybody from the West Coast know like Phoenix is basically just kind of a Hudson City area, LA. Like Phoenix niggas want to be LA niggas type shit. So I was always back and forth to LA. So I was fortunate to see like early Cardi shows, early Uzi shows, Sauce Walker, you know what I'm saying? Like these crazy like regional acts. And like when in the heat of the SoundCloud day, like when the No Jumpers of the world and all that shit was just getting started. They had these parties called like ham parties, which was all done in these random ass warehouse locations. But it'd be like crazy acts, like Juicy J would pull up, Soldier Boy would pull up, Lil B type shit. So just seeing that kind of DIY attitude and that do-it-yourself spirit like influenced me a lot. I was always just like, to be honest, like the cousin that would visit every summer in Chicago type show, my people in Maywood. So yeah, yes sir, all day. That was kind of my upbringing, but I'll definitely let Dell speak to the scene at that point in time.
But yeah, Dale, like I'm sure you was around when I was around as well. Like when Chance was becoming Chance, and like of course with Pivot Game coming up and Mick Jenkins and all these acts were just bubbling and becoming new faces in the music scene, and the shows are everywhere. You had, I'm saying Ragzy's, you had Sub T, you had all these spots that were showcasing all these young artists. What do you think has changed over the years, especially as recent?
To be honest with you, I think the direction of the venues, to be honest with you, because a lot of shows dated back to 2013, 2014, early Keith days, early Chance days, Shout to Saba, early Saba days, Comfort Zone and shit. You had like a lot of more shows. And, you know, the venues at that time, in my opinion, was definitely trying to fuck with us because I believe that the Chicago music scene was on that rise. So, of course, they try to hop on the wave. But for continuous effort throughout the time period, you kind of see the amount of shows decrease. And, you know, regardless of what comes with it or the reasons why, it decreases the value, in my opinion, of Chicago music because you're not highlighting these artists anymore. At one point, it was a whole lot of light to these artists, and these shows, a lot of artists came up off these shows. You know, it was some people that's in the building, you know, word of mouth, such and such rock this show, and then you can see their platform increase. But when you don't have these shows throughout the city and you don't give these artists the chance to be able to express their talent on a bigger platform so that they can really benefit from it, but that's detrimental. And again, that's one of our core reasons as community function. Again, the key is community, is to incorporate, you know, everyone and involve everyone so that we can spin a different narrative, so that we can. And shout out to Bourbon on Division, because I think that says a lot about us, for them to, you know, place that trust in us as a promoter, as a company as well, to throw these events and to ensure that, you know, everything is going to come out great. So shout out to Bourbon on Division. Again, we want to be that stepping stool, and it's not just our core is we are the underground, correct? But in a sense, man, we're throwing these big ass shows at a big ass we're not underground, you know what I'm saying? But we are. So, you know,
we major, baby.
we major, baby. So that's the
and what you guys remind me of is like kind of going back to what I was saying earlier as far as like how it was in 2013, 2014. Like there were groups of people, promoters who would help artists and they would grow together. Like you guys, what you guys are doing now, you guys are starting up with these artists. You and the artists don't grow at the same time. So as you guys promote the artists, the artists promoting your shows, it's only up for both of y'all. Like it's beneficial for both parties. So
of course.
So talk about as far as for you guys how it is networking and finding these artists you want to showcase.
Jack, did you want to touch base? I would love to touch base on this after you, Jack.
Yeah, so I feel like it's all been kind of like personal in a way. Like we've all met people or have had mutual friends to be able to have contacts with these artists. So I kind of have been having contact for the Heavy Steppers contact. I've just been talking directly with Key Millie, and he was really easy to contact. Yeah, I hit him up and he basically hit me right back up. One of his friends I know based off of just like playing basketball with him in high school, actually. But and then Fly Nari also went to the same high school as I went to. So like we knew a lot of the same people. I didn't necessarily know him in high school, but we've bumped heads quite a few times. So it just kind of all very natural. It was very easy, just like, hey, you think I could hit you up? And like once that happened, it was just like, okay, let's make it happen.
Yeah. One thing about Chicago, it's huge as fuck. But if you're really active throughout the city, it's very small. It's you can bump into somebody, know somebody. So like Jack said, bro, like a lot of our connections really come through direct marketing, meaning that we know these people on a personal level. If not, we can get to them on a personal level. We would love to continue that. Of course, I'm pretty sure moving forward, there's going to be some acts that we may not know on a personal level, things like that. But for the most part, man, we want to be able to reach out to the artists, get a hold of them or the management team, and then really just, set things up. But for the most part, for this current show, man, it's Out West Fest 290. So, I know that, I'm out West, Juice, you out West. Yes, we got more versatility with Jack as well as Teddy, being Jack's suburbs as well, Oak Park area, things like that. So, man, we just brought everything together essentially.
Yeah, we keep it real organic, man. I mean, even speaking to the first show, like we linked up with Supa and Kari through my weed man type shit. You know what I'm saying? So all these relationships is like real organic.
And
like
that's a strong duo to get together, by the way. That hurt everybody. That was the era.
Yeah, of course, man. And that was fucking special. And it's I remember even just sitting down with Kari for the conversation of what that would potentially look like doing a show with Hurt Everybody. And we knew the impact that one could have. So it's everything that we try to do, and I think you hit it on the head with just us trying to grow as a conglomerate alongside these artists. A lot of times with promoters, and you even see the reluctancy when you talk to artists, like promoters try to take advantage of people like this shit. It's real janky out here. Yes. And you know what I'm saying? And we a DIY group, so we come to people very honestly with what we're able to do, but we stand on our word at the same time. So I think that's why we've been able to pull together some of these artists at this level.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And with the Out West Fest coming up, I'm like, well, it's coming up. It was Saturday, March 12th. At Bourbon on Division. You got MF and Mello, you got Heavy Steppers, and a host of others. We look forward to the future beyond Out West Fest. You see yourselves deviating to the out south. You see yourself deviating. Like how fast you plan on moving this along? Do you guys want? I'm saying, what's the plan? What's the plan for 2022?
To the fucking roof and back, to the moon and back, man. So,
all day.
To be honest with you, man, it's I don't want to. Well, we don't want to set any limits or any, the sky's the limit, essentially. Right. If you start to put yourself in this box, in this bundle, then you can only get to this point. So, right. Man, we believe, everything is going to happen, and right. Relatively soon as fuck. The goal, and I think I can speak for all of us on this point, man, the goal is to sell out arenas, man, pack out stadiums and throw festivals to really be that major producing company that can throw big ass festivals. So
and you mentioned festivals. That's kind of my next question, actually. Like, do you think that the festival has kind of changed the way we view live shows now? Like live shows have kind of like you see venues like Bourbon on Division.
Oh, that's a good question.
And like those venues we cherish those. Those take us back to the core of what hip hop live shows are. But now we're seeing these festivals and get 1,000 acts on each day. And it's much different than how it's ever been before.
For sure. Yeah, I like to touch on that one. I think festivals it's an opportunity, and at the same time, it's presented itself to be a problem. Like even looking at shit like what Travis did, as far as like packing Astro World out, and you saw the tragic shit that happened there.
Yeah, man.
But I think you're giving and even I mean, being somebody who's tapped in with the West Coast shit, rest in peace, Draco the Ruler, like the shit that happened to him. You know, these festivals, it's interesting when you put all these rappers together in one or a small period of time at a big ass venue. So you never know what could really happen with it. But at the same time, it's an opportunity to showcase so much talent in the period of a weekend or in the period of 2 days. So it's certainly something that, like, as our group, we would love to tap in with and be a part of. But I think for us, it's so many steps. Not maybe not so many steps, but there's definitely steps that we gonna definitely have to achieve before we talking about the festival circuit and that like, cause that's a whole different type of ball game. You think about logistics wise, and I mean we could get into the minutia of it, but like it's a lot of different things that go into planning a festival type shit. And that's why you be seeing so many of them go wrong, and people be on Twitter demanding refunds, saying this shit was trash. I only got to see so and so for 5 minutes. This other person ain't pull up. But
the bad conditions.
Also, it's like I think it's something different about like intimate shows. You know what I'm saying? Like Bourbon's not the largest venue. The first community function was at a pretty big fucking warehouse, but it still had that DIY intimate feel to it. I think there's a certain charm in being able to bring like artists that are relatively on the rise or fairly established into these like more intimate rooms where people could appreciate that shit really like up close and seeing somebody like with a single like the Heavy Steppers right in front of you type shit. So that's where my mind's at.
There are a lot of distractions at festivals. I feel like
for sure.
There's too many variables.
It's too many variables. Too many for sure. So when you guys look at what your upcoming shows, and are you guys planning for the next show already, or you guys just focus right now on our West Fest March 12th?
I would say we're definitely like thinking about our next step, but we're also seeing what this next step will take us to, because like after our first event, we had more doors opened up for us, more things that we were able to do and make things happen for us. So we kind of think that after this show, we have an idea of where we want to go, but we don't want to, again, limit ourselves to being right there when maybe we could be a little higher. You know what I mean? So I think for that, but I feel like our next step, and I think we were talking about this recently, was we want to do something for like the community, kind of give back for the community, you know, we're a community function. So we want to like set up.
I would love to collab with y'all on that idea, because I've been trying to think of something to do with Good in the Hood, like something, you know, that title and community function, that title. It's just two titles that definitely benefit.
Say less, man. Yeah, say less.
It's definitely a dope. Absolutely, with that concept for sure. And I want you each to kind of touch on this question as well. Like Dell, you being an artist manager, Teddy, you being a DJ, Jack, you being a producer. Like when you guys are putting on these shows and networking on these artists, do you guys also have the ideas in your back of your mind, like, hey, I can help this artist, I can work with this artist on the outside of just this show, but also putting his records on other shows, putting his records in the club when we DJ, helping produce, helping with management inquiries. Do you guys also think about this at the same time?
I think that kind of works, you know, together with what we do, and I think with our message. So even when we come across artists that may have ample questions for us, as far as how to advance their career, man, if I have the knowledge, me personally, bro, if I have the knowledge, why the fuck would I not withhold it? I mean, why would I withhold it and not give it to you? You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I always want to see the next person grow, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, what Jay-Z said, what you eat don't make me shit. So it's like, what you do is only going to benefit you. You know, I'm not looking for anything in return. We never do. And I can speak for myself as well as the others. Man, when we give, man, we give out of kindness of our hearts. We genuinely give, you know, we genuinely give back. So, I mean, that's the goal, bro. If any artist ever came to me, and I swear to you, after they see this interview, they can concur to this. But when they come to me or anyone, honestly, man, we give them as much as we can, you know?
Sure.
No, 100%. Like with this shit, even the first show and this show, like you can look at the support in the opening acts that we got. And we got the homies Prophet, we got No Chillians, Cam. These are people that we all got like off off music, off industry type relationships with. These are our homies. These are people we genuinely support as far as the music that they putting out. And I think that's important for us because everything community function is really like a passion project. Like all of us got our own individual shit that we do just as far as keeping the lights on. But this is something that we all want to do. This is something that we're really driven about. So of course, if we could help out people we view as talented, whether it be just spinning their shit one time if I'm DJing at a club somewhere or giving them a nod on a show with some big ass talent like this, of course we're gonna do it.
I see, and I'm sorry, just to add on to more of that, because a lot of people in Chicago I don't know why it's like a battling thing, you know, where it's like they don't want to help out the next person because that may affect them or that may, you know, limit them.
What Kanye said? Chi-town, the city of hella haters.
man. Like a crab barrel type of city where, you know, in contrast, they compare us to like Atlanta, where Atlanta, a lot of artists, you know, work together in Atlanta, and, you know, they put each other on. So it's this type of stigma that we want to break. You know, it's we want to be able to, you know, give that new light. You know, this is we are the new Atlanta when it comes to the music and the artists and things like that. So that's the goal, bro. And then when it comes to like the people, I've always tell people this: when it comes to our shows, there's gonna be people in our shows, and people, if you're listening, network. Look to your left, look to your right. You never know who is in the building. Network. You'll be surprised what a conversation can do.
For real.
Because there's gonna be hella people Saturday. So network, man. Network.
For real.
And Jack, as a producer for you, how was it as far as with these artists you work you showcasing on these shows? Do you ever want to reach out like, hey, I got a beat for you? Like, how does that go for you?
I kind of just differentiate it. Like I let it just come natural. Like if people kind of like ask me, but I'm not gonna be like, hey, you know what I mean? Like listen to this beat. Like I'm hitting him up on some other business shit. You know what I mean? So like I don't want to like ruin that relationship either. So I kind of let those things just kind of come natural. But a lot of the time at these shows, like even Saturday, like I have mixes that like I'd be engineering as well. So I have mixes that will be playing that night too. So it's like, people will be like, oh, you be engineering? Like, can you show me some of your shit? I'm like, you're listening to it right now. Like, you know what I mean? And that kind of just happens more naturally rather than me trying to be like, hey, yo, listen to my shit. Hey, just because I don't know. I like keeping that kind of separate because like, I just love throwing shows too. So it's like almost a different type of love too.
Absolutely. And when you guys look at Chicago, like Dell mentioned, like wanting to be New Atlanta, like I feel like this is the most Chicago ever got a spotlight on it in my lifetime, at least. Like as far as rappers go, like I remember being a kid, like all we had was Kanye, Lupe, Common, Twister. That was pretty much it. I'm saying Crucial Conflict, Do or Die.
Shout out, I was about to say, can't forget the OGs, can't forget Do or Die, can't forget
Psychodrama, I'm saying, the Brad Shauna. Like, but now the list is like, you know, the list is crazy. Like it's too many to even try to count how many artists there for Chicago that are popping. So now it's just underground artists, but like the ones that are on the mainstream. When you guys look at the Chicago landscape now, what do you think is the biggest thing that should change to bring the city together? Like get outside of the drill versus conscious, outside of the West versus South. Like what is Chicago missing to bring together the glue that's missing for Chicago?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's a question.
I honestly believe, you know, as a person that's have ears everywhere, is more so, in my opinion, man. It's a lot of violence in Chicago. You know, it's a lot of people a lot of artists who do music that's, you know, associated in things where, you know, it may limit areas when it comes to music, but and as far as working with each other and branching out and considering that, again, Chicago is so big but it's so small, a lot of stuff can really hit home. And it's this whole stigma, like picking sides and things like that. Even with this Young Boy and Dirk beef, it's picking. So everyone has to pick a side, you know. And it's like if you're from Chicago, you got to pick Dirk. And I don't want to say I absolutely agree, but you kind of get the stigma, you know. So it's like you have to separate that at one point. In my opinion, this is my overall opinion. People have to separate that. I don't know how likely that is, you know, if people can separate, because, you know, it's a trauma that comes behind things. So
for sure,
it's tough, but that's what I honestly think, man. If we can overcome that part, if there can be some type of peace or something for a period of time, bro, Chicago got hella fucking talent, and right now is getting exposed more and more. I think it should be way more than what it is currently, but I think that once they overlook that and really come together as a city, I think you'll start seeing names, blowing up left and right, But we just got to get out of that stigma, man. We got to get out of that mindset. So that's what I honestly believe.
And
personally.
I think, I don't think it's just Chicago. It's a lot of places. You know what I'm saying? You see the same issues in places like motherfucking Detroit popping off for all the different underground artists they got out there. Memphis, you know what I'm saying?
The thing about Memphis and Detroit, like those are great names to use right there. But those two places in particular, there's more unity amongst the artists, it seems. Like it's like Yo Gotti has a construct in Memphis where he has the artists there that he has together. While in Chicago, like even though Dirk and Herb are cool, Dirk and Herb don't really move. It's saying like it's very, it's a different energy kind of thing. I'm saying like wow, like you look at Detroit, Babyface Ray, Sada Baby, you'll see them collaborate much more than like Chicago artists will.
I feel it, but then at the same ticket, you got shit like Sada Baby and 42 Doug. Or motherfucking, or like, God bless the dead, Dolphin Gotti in that. Like some niggas, it just ain't ever gonna be a thing where it happens. And I think there's a certain level of understanding of what that, which I guess is kind of the point I'm trying to make, is like, it's just like, sometimes you got to understand, once niggas homie's dead, once niggas family's dead, it's just certain shit that just ain't finna go. And us as a production company, as much as we want to do the best shows, it ain't necessarily on anybody to make that call of how them type of politics work. But in the same token, there's an understanding that multiple bags could be gotten in the city in the same night, or multiple bags could be gotten, and it ain't got to take away from anybody else and what they do. Exactly. And if we could play a small part in that happening, and whatever that looks like organically for us, that's all I think we could really do from the perspective we come in.
Yeah. And, one other aspect of it, I think that's also different in Chicago is radio. I feel like Chicago radio has never really supported Chicago music the way Atlanta radio supports Atlanta music, Memphis music. It's just different. Like Chicago radio, you're not gonna hear Saba on the radio. You're not gonna hear Mick Jenkins. You're not gonna hear a lot of these up and comers. Like you'll hear Polo G. You'll hear Dirk. You'll hear Herbo. But you ain't gonna hear a lot of those outside acts that aren't really highlighted by the mainstream at all on Chicago radio.
And if you do, it's like the worst time or something, you know what I mean? It's like at like 4 a.m. or something. Like
the late night mix show.
Like
about 2 a.m. Wednesday slot. We going crazy.
Well, like it's interesting you mentioned like Saba too, because like I've been in sessions where a lot of people don't even know who he is, and I'm like, how do you not know who he is? I was like, I've been listening to him since I was like 16. Like, how do you not know who he is? He's a beat like.
People know who Jenkins is. People know whose No Name is. Like,
that's crazy.
A lot of these
it's
artists
like,
in Chicago.
What do you listen to?
It's definitely wild. Like Chicago, especially on that side of the spectrum. Like Chicago drill will get publicity. Like you'll get the academics, No Jumpers, those kind of outlets will promote that for obvious reasons. But like the more so quote unquote conscious, more so not gangster rap side of Chicago does not get highlighted at all.
No, yeah.
It doesn't. And I just honestly think that, with that Keith era, it brought that, so now, people at Chicago is like the king of drill. So in my opinion, I think that it kind of overlook the conscious rapper that is dope as fuck, because when they think of Chicago, they don't think conscious, they think drill, so it's like once we break that idea, that concept, and it should have been broken, to be honest with you, but it's a lot of artists that that does the drill music, and
I don't think a lot of these artists even claim drill anymore.
Right. I think it's just personally what you consider success. Like I think of Mick Jenkins, and I think of that like late blog era. I think of him in the same breath as like people like Spit almost damn near, and like some of them legends from that era type shit. I mean, one of my favorite artists, I don't even know if you would put him in a conscious or a trap category from the city, is Lucky. Lucky, probably damn near one of my people I listen to on the daily. Yeah. And I think the city has a lot of artists like that, where it's
Super's you necessarily too.
Exactly, you can't necessarily box them in, and they're able to play those venues and play those rooms with a crowd that has faces from every type of lane. So I think it's really all about the lane that you're trying to be in as an artist. Like, unfortunately, the bullshit comes with more clicks and views, and I think we could all agree on that one. Like, snatching a nigga chain or disrespecting a nigga hood gonna get you more views than doing some community type shit or just doing some like real nigga solid shit. Just nowadays, that's just the world we in, unfortunately.
Yeah. I thought it was going to change with Chance, and I guess Chance was the exception to the rule. I guess like he kind of just popped off in such a major way so fast that like you couldn't deny him at a certain point. But like it was just him, and at that height, I'm saying I don't think we ever seen an artist of that ilk outside of like I'm saying the Kanye's of the world to hit that. I'm saying that kind of blossom from Chicago that wasn't talking about certain shit.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like even comparing Mick to Spitter, like Spitter, you think about Spitter's career, like Spitter been out for a minute. Like
Spitter. I'm older than days. I'm old as hell. Yeah, for sure. Squad Up, Young Money, Spitter. You already know, man. Yeah, for sure.
Like he just now kind of getting the flowers he deserves, which is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Who do you guys look at as the face of Chicago right now? On the music scene.
On the music scene, okay. Well, that's tough, man. I got to think.
Who has the crown right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's the obvious answers, you know what I'm saying? Like Dirk, Herb, you know what I mean? But Lucky, my favorite artist right now.
It's your favorite.
Lucky, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this nigga, the production he got, you know what I'm saying? Like the production, shout out Rambo, shout out I think he the most tapped in with the sound of the city for the like the niggas that be in their Hellcats, you know what I'm saying? Often jiggers, whatever, riding around on 290. Like that's the shit. I like listening to that crazy type of shit, but it's still he's still saying something in my opinion, you know what I'm saying?
That's that DJ ear. That's that DJ
ear.
Right. Man, I would say, damn, who I would say, you know what? I think they have different categories, right? If I had different categories,
for sure.
I think Dirk with rap drill, Herb is like number 2, number 3 in that same category. I know Saba just dropped the album and he was like top 10 in the world. Actually, his album
top 5.
Well, bro. And then like in my opinion, like that same category, Mick. You know, Chance hasn't dropped too much music more recently for me to give him that. So I'm gonna have to say Saba above Chance, bro. But.
I'm on that way with you. I'm
saying before I forget, man, shout out them DCG brothers, man. Them niggas is like,
they go
goodness, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, it's like you gotta give it up for the youngins.
Yeah, man.
That's
true.
That's true.
That's hard.
That's true. They're making a lot of noise.
That's hard. And with you guys, like you guys at the first Out West Fest September, right? With Super and Kari. What's been the biggest difference? Like that's still kind of pandemic is still bubbling in September last year. Right now, this shit's pretty much over, I guess. What's been the biggest difference as far as setting up the shows?
That one was a lot. Well, we were in a warehouse, so we had to set up everything compared to like having the venue set like with a stage or like me and Teddy had to build the stage by hand.
Damn.
So
built that motherfucker, yes sir.
we were renting the U-Haul truck and like getting like pallets and like
talking about the trenches.
No, we're cracking up making this happen.
Learn some upholstery skills, you know what I'm saying? Like we really from the ground up built it. Up. We were sound engineers. I'm a DJ. I ain't no sound engineer. We were sound engineers and technicians. You know what I'm saying? We handled vendors. We had food. We handled concessions. So
security.
We staffed like 30 people.
We had every hat on that night. Fortunately, with this, we're working with a venue, so we ain't gonna have to have on as many hats as hands on as we all are. We're gonna be able to focus on our individual roles a bit more, this weekend. But there is something, that's very exhilarating, and you feel alive in those moments. Like Jack said, just a little story from the first community function. We opened doors and we couldn't even start the show because we was waiting for Jack to like pull up with liquor, bunch of other shit that we needed to start the show. So we literally had like 200 people in a warehouse.
It's pouring rain too.
It was a rough.
It is pouring rain.
So it was a real out the trunk type operation, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I hope, and I'm saying that may encourage like the next person who wants to do some out the trunk shit, because ain't nothing wrong with you and the homies putting y'all shit together, figuring out what that looks like, finding whatever venue to put some talent on the stage, whether that be y'all self or some people that y'all fuck with.
Especially when you look at you guys' growth over the last 7 months, to be going from doing that to now you're in the venue, it just shows that paid off. I'm saying that you guys earned your stripes with that. I'm saying that adding Dell to the team and that you guys in the venue and you guys it's only up from here. So that's dope.
For sure.
So Dale, was your addition to the team? What's your main goal coming into it? What's your main goal coming into it?
To be honest with you, bro, one of the main reasons why I joined the team is that, I learned when working with teams, everyone has to be like on the same page, got to be like-minded, and kind of help things transfer like a lot easier, flow a lot easier. And before the addition to community function and before the pandemic, man, I was literally scouting, trying to do my own shows. And then the pandemic happened. And then I thought that my idea of doing that was going to be pushed back so far. And then lo and behold, here comes Jack and Teddy, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of made everything work perfect. My idea was the exact same idea that they had, the same value I wanted to bring. They wanted to bring that same value. So the being a part of the community function, man, is literally everything that I ever thought of. Is I'm able to voice my opinions, and for that to even be considered as well as agreed upon with the other people, like I said, everyone's really on the same page. So, man, it made the process like a lot easier. Working with these guys is not even work at this point. It's fun, honestly. It is work at times.
Oh, Dell.
You know, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, seriously, bro, it's fun, man. Like, y'all get to see like more so we fuck around, we play, but at the end of the day, judge us by work. We put a lot of work in from our first show till now. And like Jack and Teddy said, I wasn't hands-on with the first show. The first show story, I was there, right? I witnessed everything. Like, these guys was like every fucking where. Jack was either this way or this way. Like, I just seen them do this, and like they said,
running the stage.
Seriously, like a lot of people wore a lot of hats. So I'm glad that I can be able to come to this team and take some pressure off some guys and just add more value. And like I said, everybody's on the same page. So mentality wise, bro, we're here, we're locked in, and so we just want to just bring out the best shows and drop some of the best shows and with the hottest artists, upcoming artists, breakout artists, large artists. Like, we're here.
So right now we're before the show happened. The show hasn't happened yet. It's March 12th. When you guys look back on this interview, what's one thing you guys want to feel like marked it as a success? What will make that show a success for you on March 12th out West Fest at Bourbon on Division? What will make it a success in your eyes?
Well, that's a crazy question.
I would say, well, our thing is really about the vibe we set to start with. Like, we want to bring just the best show quality possible, and obviously we want to pack that bitch out, and that just goes with every show we throw. And that's just the expectation with every show we throw. But I would just say, yeah, we just want to set the vibe of having a great night, because like Teddy said, we do more intimate venues. Like, this venue is more of an intimate venue, so our thing is about setting up a vibe where people we're making people's memories. Like, they're gonna remember this night for the rest of their lives. You know what I mean? Like, even when 10 years from now, they could be like, hey, remember when we were at the show when we were fucking 20 years old or 21 years old? You know what I mean? It's something we want to create those kind of moments for people.
That's crucial.
And I think just to continue to just build this thing of ours that we got, we're trying to grow here, and just show that this do-it-yourself attitude, like kind of we've been highlighting through this conversation, these names can come together. We can have these type of artists at one venue. We can do this and it could be successful, and everybody can show up and be able to go home safely and have a great time and enjoy themselves and it could be the craziest show ever, like Jack was highlighting. And just just continue to just up it from here, man. That's really the only direction we're trying to go.
Yeah,
definitely. Anything else you guys got planned individually? Are you guys promoting right now? Anything you guys have on the shelf right now you guys want to talk about?
I feel like we always have stuff planned. Shit.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's DJing, man. I be at a few different places in the Wicker area. Generally, if it is a Saturday, I'm DJing at Bourbon downstairs. They got a good little situation there. I be doing brunches. You fucking with some brunch, pull up to Wynwood on Milwaukee on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? I'll be spinning in there. Also got another like DIY type show vibe going on every other Thursday at Matilda and Baby Atlas with Skag Chicago. Shout out my homie Mo. Shout out the good people at Skag that, another DIY type conglomerate putting on for the local artists. So just out and about in the city trying to continue to network and make this community function thing happen.
Of course.
Yeah. Right now I've been like, besides doing the community function, building like a studio out of Treehouse Records. That's like been like the main thing I've been doing, is just building my own studio space, and that's been taking a lot of time, and then just running sessions in between, and then just going to full-time school. So, and then actually next week I have an open mic night contest where I'm going to be giving away cash prizes, studio time, free beats, merch, all that. So
what's this at? What's this
cool.
Bourbon on Division as well too. Yeah.
Shout out to Bourbon on Division, man.
No, yeah, shout out to Bourbon on Division.
I would say personally, man, what I'm working on currently right now is my own brand, City Entertainment. I told you, artist management. So shout out to my boy Cam. You know Cam. We went to high school with Cam.
Of course. Shout out to Cam.
So he's also as well that's on this bill as well for this upcoming Saturday. And he's the NFL to artist. So man, it's dope to see his transition, as it relates to, being that top athlete, and now you're trying to come in and be the top artist. So that's dope. So in addition to that, man, as a collective with Community Function, man, we're in talks right now with the Greater Good Foundation, a nonprofit organization. And Juice, I know you mentioned that earlier, that you want to, get some community service. Man, we should have a talk, man. We should bring everybody.
I'm very connected with the John Wall Foundation as well, so I'm sure we can definitely get something together, bro. So
small world, they all work.
Yeah, we have
and John Wall. Yeah.
Oh, that's family. That's family right there. So hell yeah, man, for sure. Man, super pleasure to have you on here. But before I get y'all go, like I told you beforehand, I'm big on opinions. Definitely want to get everybody's opinion on who to listen to. I know Teddy says he's heavy on Lucky right now. Outside of Chicago, what's some artists listening to right now? Some artists you're happy to hear or looking forward to hear in 2022? What's on your playlist? What's on your anticipation list? What you got? What you listen to? Talk to me.
Shit, outside of Chicago, damn, I need Mo Gunna. I need Mo Gunna for sure this year. Big Cardi, of course, big Cardi fan.
Playboy Cardi, right?
Shit. Yeah, big Playboy Cardi fan.
Cardi B.
Shit, Underground. Yeah. No, yeah. Please, I need some more Cardi. Be funny as hell, bro. But shit, yeah, man. I listen to a bit of everything, man. I be on that like weirdo underground shit. So Yeet bubbling hard right now, man. I fuck with Yeet. I fuck with that crazy ass sound. You know what I'm saying? I like producers. You know what I'm saying? I hope Pierre give us some new shit this year. So I can go on all day, man. I like weird shit.
That's dope.
What you listening to, Jack?
Shit, I'm pretty excited for Kid Leroy's new shit. I know like he's been like working on his album for basically the last year, and I remember him like blowing up, like dropping that first video with Lyrical Lemonade. And I just thought he's always had like mad talent. And I thought, so I've been honestly like looking forward to like that shit for like a little bit, just like anticipating that specifically. But honestly, I fuck with like, it's kind of the same thing with Teddy. I fuck with a whole lot of different people. And honestly, I'll be engineering basically every single day and making beats. So sometimes I'm not always listening to it like right when things drop. So like I'll just like hear, like people will bring songs to me all the time, be like, hey, Jack, listen to this. So I'm hearing songs that like I don't even always like anticipate to hear. And then I'm like, oh, okay. So it's kind of like, I would just say I'm excited for new music in general, because I haven't been like really looking recently for like what's dropping next.
Sure. Like I said, me and Dell go back to high school, so I'm definitely interested in Dell's talk, because Dell used to be the cast of the year aficionado.
Oh man, Problem versus the Hustler.
I know every Cassidy bar, bro. Like to this day, honestly.
AM to PM.
Man, but you know what? I listen to everything. Like as you know, man. Back in high school, man, we had. I'm not sure if y'all know Jack and Teddy, but we went to Joe's. It was like an all laptop high school. Everybody had a laptop.
St. Joe's.
Yeah, RP St. Joe's, man. And the amount of viruses I had because of music, bro, it was crazy. Like my entire computer,
crazy.
Man, but I say spinning right now, man, every day. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I play this man every day. Money Man. I like his sound. I like his vibe. I kind of vibe with him, so I can listen to that every day, and it's not something that's, like too upbeat. You know, it's not nothing too slow. It's just right. I can get in the morning. I can press play. I'm forever a hometown favorite. So Dirk, you know, I spin Dirk like it's crazy.
New album dropping tomorrow.
He is. That's gonna be lit, man. That's gonna be lit. He said nobody drop on his day. So I thought he was gonna keep the Dirk and Kanye day. I thought that was gonna do his thing, but that didn't transpire. But I wonder why.
It's interesting. Definitely interesting. Probably because I'm saying your boy in Utah right now causing some uproar on Dirk right now. So they probably probably could do it.
What about you, Juice? What you listening to?
Right now, I'm heavy on Larry Jones still. Larry Jones just good, like you said, with Money Man. Larry Jones good.
Like, to me, yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Good background music, good live, good energy with Larry Jones all the time. I want some Freddie Gibbs in my life. Freddie Gibbs need to come back with another album.
Cool, man. Always good for some Gibbs. His set at Lollapalooza this summer was fucking crazy. He probably had one of the best sets over that weekend.
Freddie
man.
hard, man. You just need to leave academics alone. Leave academics alone. just focus on rap. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Pusha T's coming out. That should be dope. I'm expecting Neptunes and Kanye on the beats. Yeah, it's gotta be hard, man. It's gotta be hard. But yeah, man.
You know what? I'm surprised that you ain't say like Benny or.
Man, I tell you, what I'm saying, I'm not the biggest. I'm the biggest Griselda fan. Like I fuck with Conway out of beyond all of them. Like Conway is super hard, but Benny cool. I just think Benny is very. It's like when you hear one Benny album, you heard them all. Damn near at this point. Like, it's just everything. Like, the way Cole killed that man, like he's like, I knew it. Got exposed. I knew it.
I like. You know what, my
Cole
boy.
Fucked him up real quick. Cole got him out the way.
Damn, you know what? I just heard his freestyle recently. My boy, shout out to DJ First Class. He just wrapped up with an interview with him and Spitter, low key. And I heard his fucking freestyle on, I believe it was LA Leakers. Bro, that shit was hot.
Yeah, he hard. He definitely hard. Not the Benny, but like Benny's just like, like Benny just gives me the same thing every time, which is cool. But I be one variety every once in a while. I'm saying even production side, like even with Larry Jones is very much the same artist every time, but he gives you different sounds with his raps. I'm saying different energy with his rap, So that should be important sometimes. Because like right now, music is at a point now where you want that variety, you want that different sound, you want something energetic, but something also very relaxed at the same time. And you don't want to. I don't got the heat on me. I'm saying I'm cool, but I'm saying I ain't trying to rob nobody right now. I'm saying relax.
And Larry, another one in the past that he's been on that shit for a minute. Like he damn near been going crazy 10 years now, since back in like the Overdose, Desto Dub, you know what I'm saying? Them like early like West Coast wave. He was for sure part of that.
Man, it's hard, man. Yeah. Shout out to Larry.
I got a question to y'all. I'm sorry. I know
Do your thing.
What artists are y'all looking forward to upcoming? So not no deal, no anything. What artists are y'all looking forward to that's throughout the city? That's upcoming that you want to see on that next level?
I'll let y'all go first.
Just like people that I'll say the homies that we fucking with, man. Like I appreciate Dell so much introducing me to the seven the Kappas of the world, and the Frenchie 2 times of the world. Like them niggas go crazy in my opinion. Like them dudes like deserve more credit than they're getting. Niggas on my side, Roy French always making noise. The homie Young Show, you know what I'm saying, man? Like a lot of niggas doing it. Shout out Scud. Like a lot of niggas doing it over on the Wicker, on the west side, you know what I'm saying, area. It's a lot of shit going on right now. So it's a lot of artists doing their thing. So I hate shouting people out because I feel like I'm gonna miss folks, but them definitely a few I'm fucking with.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I would say, I mean, this might, because obviously I manage artists as well too. So like obviously I'm biased and wanting them to do well too. So I would say shout out my boy Prophetmatic and Zay Sauce, and Prophet's gonna be performing on Saturday, and Zay will be performing next Thursday too. So
Prophet go crazy, yeah.
No, yeah. So I think Prophet's I think his work will speak for itself Saturday. I think I'll leave it at that. But I feel like he's one person that could really deserve a little bit more attention. I mean, we have a lot, I feel like Teddy said, I don't want to miss people too, because like we work with a lot of great artists too, and I feel like a lot of them, if not all of them, need a little bit more of attention because of how much they put into their craft and how much they work for it, just because it's expensive to be an artist. You gotta do your music videos, you got to do your recording, you got to buy beats, you got to look a certain way. You know what I mean? It's a lot of different things you got to put into it.
On top of actually making art.
Yeah, and then you might not make $1 off of that. You know what I mean? But like and that happens for years and years until it usually pays off. So it's like, I think a lot of these artists deserve a lot more credit for what they do and what they put into it.
Sure. For me, I'm definitely biased. So like Pivot is definitely top of that list. Like outside of Sap, I think MF Mello is the best rapper. I think as many rappers, as that many rappers who rap better.
His new shit has been going crazy too.
You know what I'm saying? He's been going crazy. Fresh is amazing. Joe Chill amazing. Elton Oral dropped the project top of the year. Shout to Elton. Like Chicago got a bunch of artists like Mick dropped last year, but like Mick is popping. But like a lot of artists that are in that realm that don't get enough shine that should get shine for sure. Like Kari, you guys said Kari. I think Kari is incredible. Kari is one of the best rappers. Like artists.
He just dropped a few.
Guitar. Like
He just dropped a few new tracks and one of his new videos were super hard too. Like he's been going crazy.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, on the female side as well, John Doe, is an amazing artist as well.
Dope.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Great question, Dale. Great question. Definitely got to highlight more Chicago artists, man. Definitely want some of these artists we just named to come up on a community function very soon, man. It'd be dope.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So tell me where they can follow you guys. We can follow the community function, and where they can just look out for what's next for community function.
So our Instagram is very simple. It's just at community function. Our show is March 12th, Saturday at Bourbon on Division. It says that you need a vaccination required and a mask, but you do not anymore. It got lifted since we did it. So we really wanted to highlight that just because just come and you'll be able to get in essentially. You don't need to worry about anything like that. And we really want to pack this bitch out. So if anyone else has anything else to say.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I think you nailed it on the head with this one. Come out March 12th, man. Bring that vibe, bring that energy, because best believe when you walk in, the ambiance is going to be fucking incredible. So, man, and like you said, follow us on at our main page, Community Function. We're at that Community Function, on IG. So, yeah, hit that follow, man, and stay updated with the latest shows.
Absolutely. And Teddy, you see you a couple venues. See you at Wynwood for in Wicker Park for brunches on Sundays. Yeah, for sure.
Every Sunday at Wynwood, pretty much. Every Saturday downstairs at Bourbon, holding it down there. As long as they ain't got no other shit going on. Yeah, man, I be out and about doing my shit, man. So just out in these streets. Shit, I ain't got no fucking followers on Instagram, so I'm gonna shout my shit out. Ruler man 7500.
Say it again.
Ruler, the ruler man 7500. You know what I'm saying? Follow your boy. I'll follow back, man. Trying to get my shit busting out here. You know what I'm saying, man? Doing these crazy ass shows. Fuck with me.
Dell City.
Dell
City. That's it.
Dell City. And Jack, you said you have Thursday coming up. Open mic show at Bourbon.
Yeah, Bourbon on Division. Hit me up at j.a.c.kid. My shit's kind of annoying to say, but you know.
j.a.c.kid. I fuck with it.
Yeah, yes, sir. But yeah, otherwise, just don't miss Saturday. I feel like if you aren't there, you miss out. It's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those things that you don't want to miss. So.
Definitely.
Big out West energy, big Chicago energy, man. Love to hear it, man. Appreciate y'all once again for coming on Good Enough Podcast.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, brother.
Always, man. Make sure y'all follow the pod.
For real, man.
For real, hey, no problem, man. I love the energy. I love what you guys are doing. I want to collab for sure in the future as well, man. Definitely a dope energy amongst all y'all, man. Shout out to Dev introducing me to y'all for real. But make sure y'all follow the pod at Good in the Hood pod on Instagram, at Good in All Hoods on Twitter. I'm at Juice in the Hood on Instagram, at Juice in All Hoods on Twitter, man. And go to the website, goodinallhoods.com. We got merch. We got everything there. So make sure y'all check us out, man. Until next time, stay good in the hood.
Bro, love.
Love.